My name is Loredana Neves. I will talk about some factors that make Caracas unique. Color, light, texture, acoustics, rhythm, horizontal circulation, space, and scale are concepts learned in the course that I will analyze in different spaces of the city. I will start talking about the use of color. Color contributes in the perception of the space and the reaction that generates on people, depending on its purpose. Caracas is known for its murals along the highway. These murals give color to the city, making the highway interactive and dynamic. For example, we can see the picture of Pedro León Zapata's mural in the Universidad Central de Venezuela. It shows the traffic of Caracas and possesses emblematic people for the country, like Simón Rodríguez and José María Vargas. Also, we have an abstract mural from Patricia Van Dalen at Santa Rosa de Lima's exit and another in Chacao's distributor. In the Plaza Cubierta at the Universidad Central de Venezuela, we can enjoy the different murals throughout it. All of them have outstanding colors that give the square different feelings at each point. The Plaza Cubierta also uses the sunlight to focus specific spaces, mostly where the murals are. We can see in the picture that the light is also a way to highlight them. The Plaza Cubierta achieved different sensations with its use of light and shadow in the spaces. The light penetrates the lattice wall and creates a pattern on the floor of the hallway. It creates a feeling of movement in the space of circulation. Also, the sunlight can illuminate a whole building, like the Cubo Negro, where the ceiling let the light penetrate the structure. The illumination can also define features of an important place. In the sanitary engineer building of the Universidad Central de Venezuela, the light enters through different openings in the wall and from the ceiling, allowing several approaches to the space. As I said before, the hallway of the Plaza Cubierta generates a game of light and shadow in the floor that creates a pattern of light squares. This pattern represents the rhythm of shapes in the space that contributes with the motion and direction of this hallway. Another example of rhythm in a walking space is the Faculty of Architecture in the university. This pattern is created with the beams in the ceiling, and also the shadow reflected in the floor by the sunlight creates the same rhythm, increasing the sensation of movement. There is a repetition of shapes in the semicircular roof of the Poliedro, where the beams create sharp figures in the entire surface that also creates its texture. The texture creates a three-dimensional surface on spaces and tests the human eye, shaping it or articulating a pattern. An example of texture is Petare, where the density of the population can be seen along the mountain. It is covered by red ranchos, shacks, that forms a texture or a blanket over it. The subway stations are covered by a mosaic texture in walls and floor. They fill the space and give a comfortable sensation to the human eye. The subway represents a type of horizontal circulation, where the users can circulate underground to several stations around the city. The Paseo de los Próceres attract a big mass of horizontal circulation for pedestrian and transport. This space creates a line between the Fuerte Tiuna and Paseo de los Ilustres. It creates a circular route for a walk. We can see in this picture taken an expression of rhythm in the bench, where people can stay and enjoy the day. Also, the highway represents horizontal circulation, where a big mass of vehicles transit every day. This traffic of cars carry a saturation of the city acoustic, known as noise pollution, especially at rush hour, when the transit collapses and when we can hear horns, sirens, and people around the entire city. A great example of acoustic is the Aula Magna at the Universidad Central de Venezuela. It is considered one of the auditoriums with the best acoustic of the world because of the clouds that covers the ceiling. The colors of the clouds and the carpet that covers the floor and seats creates a beautiful and comfortable sensation of space. The Aula Magna has a big scale in height, Its purpose is to let a big amount of spectators enter. The Estadio Universitario of the Universidad Central de Venezuela is a sporting multifunctional space, considered a patrimony of humanity, that contains up to 25,000 seated people. I consider Caracas is a complete city, where we can find factors that differentiate from any other one. Even though there are negative aspects of the city, Caracas possesses great achievements that make it unique and wonderful.